Stepping outside, we 5 to 5, tents on the ride, go for the 5, I'm plotting. I know where you wait, I know where you work, so on the shit, I know when you clock in. Dressed in all black, stocking cap in my lap, I'm strapped. Hatch is playing cause all they give a nigga straps up for half the fact I wouldn't wanna be in C don't match. Got rope, got tape, so stoked, mic tape, the whole thing. Whole tank, a propane, just in case my DNA on the scene make it blow up. A nigga about to plunge, I guess. I had to let the fear digest. Now you about to feel my stress. Once I press this unlock, no stop, yeah, here's my best. Creeping through your window, my end goal is simple. Hit, go, get gone. I'm hoping that it ain't nobody home. When you getting later home, you gonna look around and wonder like, too late, you been raid, it's payday, and you paid. Get braid, get sprayed, that's how you get a grave roll back on your hip where your shit stay. Leave no name, like, gotta get a nigga enemies. Even if it means everybody enemies. You should've changed up your tendencies. Now you ran to some dignities. How you up, think you finna leave? Nope, nope, nobody. Sympathy, don't got it. Your wallet, my wallet. Hold your pray, hold mighty. Coming, don't got it, that's why.
I'm trying to get you off my mind. I'm trying to get you off my mind. I'm trying to get you off my mind. Instead, I'm just wasting my time. If I try to get you on the line, I know I'll be wasting my time. And I get you up out of my head. I just remember the times. I just be stuck on rewind. No, I'm just wasting my time, yeah. I just be wasting my time. I just be wasting my time, yeah. I just be wasting my time. I just be wasting my time, yeah. Can I get you up out of my head? I just remember the times. I just be stuck on rewind. No, I'm just wasting my time, yeah. Boy, get out of my past. I was so foolish to think it would last. Stuck on my mind, but you're not coming back. What was I thinking? Didn't know how to act. Running the streets with my dogs in the pack. Lately, I runs, I was hitting the snacks. I'm looking crazy, feeling the backlash. You know what you got till you lost what you have. All of your social, calling and texting your mobile. Speaking out, trying to be vocal. See, I'm trying to make it my focal. Stuck in reverse, you all on my brain. Replaying us all over again. I just want to talk, I'm going insane. Wasting my time, still doing the same. Baby, I'm missing your face. I'm missing you more by the day. I know you said I'd be replaced if I kept making the same mistakes. But this time won't be the case. Cause baby, I know how to change. And it's more.
The mailbox is full. I cannot accept any messages at this time.
I'm trying to get you off my mind. Instead, I'm just wasting my time. If I try to get you on the line, I know I'd be wasting my time. Can I get you up out of my head? I just remember the times. I just be stuck on rewind. No, I'm just wasting my time, yeah. I just be wasting my time. I just be wasting my time, yeah. I just be wasting my time. I just be wasting my time, yeah. Can I get you up out of my head? I just remember the times. I just be stuck on rewind. No, I'm just wasting my time, yeah. I just be wasting my time. I just be wasting my time, yeah. I just be wasting my time. I just be wasting my time, yeah. Can I get you up out of my head? I just remember the times. I just be stuck on rewind. No, I'm just wasting my time, yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah. All the night, just cruising, just cruising. This the nightlife. This the nightlife. Cruising through the night, it's a nightlife. Get drunk and get high, have you feeling right? Cruising through the night, it's a nightlife. Get drunk and get high, have you feeling right? I love to get high, cause I want you. All I think about is you, girl, making love to you. As a nigga like me high, feeling good, right? Just moving the motion, girl, fuck me right. Yeah, with a nigga like me, I really feel high. When I look in your eyes, every time you make my soul on fire. You make it burn. You my sweet desire. Every time I look up in your eyes, my heart is so warm inside. Because I am with you at night. I gotta have you at this is the night life. As I'm cruising through, I be needing you through the night. Feeling good, right? You be needing me all the night, baby. I be needing you.
Hey. It's that night light, it's that fever, baby, it's that traffic light. Hey. You wanna snipe me? Can you snipe me? You can't just snipe me. Hey, hey, hey. You can't ride for me. You cannot slide for me. Excuse my name, Charlene. Can I just fuck with you quick? Hey, your body is wet like a drip. Hey, before so you know I'm tryna lick it. Hey, yeah, it's a nightcap. It's just me and Sleaze. We coming right back for that after cap. That's a nightcap. We gon' fuck you raw. Get your bike back, yeah. Sliding on me, yeah. Feeling on me, yeah. Can you just ride it? Can you just, hey.
Cruising through the night, it's a nightlife. Get drunk and get high, have you feeling right? Cruising through the night, it's a nightlife. Get drunk and get high, have you feeling right?
It's warm under the covers, but I can't sleep at night. I can't sleep at night. I can't sleep at night. Where are all the arms that held me tight tonight? I can't sleep at night. I can't sleep at night. I can't sleep at night.
I got stress on my brain that cuts so deep. That's why, homeboy, I gets no sleep. Kids on the pipe, the constant fight between black and white.
I can't sleep at night.
It's too much on my mind for me to unwind. Like when the police kill and get away with the crime. But peep it, this is no secret, right?
I can't sleep at night.
Every time I see another video of a man killed, the way that my brain can't chill. So I take these damn pills, tell a friend to sleep, I use Melanin.
I can't sleep at night.
Living in some fucked up days, kids locked up in cages. That's why your homie ages, not able to rest, counting sheep at night, cuz
I can't sleep at night.
insomnia, can't sleep cause you're worrying about which foreigner's bombing you. Or how she acts makes you wonder if she's the keeper type.
I can't sleep at night.
The news and the views about the looters and shooters, substance abusers who die when they shoot up. In your sanity, you're trying to keep it tight, but
I can't sleep at night.
stressing over enemies, so we end up getting those Z's and stay up all night, either staring at the ceiling or on Facebook giving likes, cuz
I can't sleep at night.
sucks that my head's so fucked up that I find no sleep. So yo, no, I'm not fine, bro. I'm fucking stressed, too fucking stressed. After all of this, I think I have PTSD. So there's no sleep for me, AGE.
I can't sleep at night. Where are all the arms that held me tight tonight? I feel good. I feel alright. Woo! Ever wake up in the morning and you're feeling like fine? Had a hard night's sleep, got a lot on your mind. You gotta tell yourself to relax, just be cool. I feel good, I feel right, I feel alright. I feel good, I'm okay, I feel alright. No matter what nobody say, gotta do what you do. Live up, praise God, just do you, do you. Don't let the worries of the world get in your way. You feel good, you feel fine, you feel okay. I feel good, I feel right, I feel okay. I feel good, I feel right, I feel okay. I feel good, I feel right, I feel okay. I feel good, so good, so good, so good. I feel right, so right, so right, so right. I feel good, so good, so right. Everything's gonna go my way. I feel good. I feel good. I feel good, so good, so good, so good. I feel good, so good, so good, so good, so good.
So bright. California sunshine, that California sunshine. California sun shining in the winter. You either eat a steak or wonder what's for dinner. When we was little, they said everyone a winner. They gon' rush, but you really chasing glitter. The high gone, but you chase it with the liquor. You jog in place, hoping to get thinner. The tech rush, if you ain't techie, then you bitter. Gentrified your ass right out of your rental. Or move to Antioch, stock to Sacramento. They coming for you next, smiling pretty dental. Don't be surprised that this nigga's not that simple. Pretty niggas, carving niggas like a pimple. Bodies laid out, bunch of fallen temples. Who built Wall Street? Never mind your mental. Push the black Wall Street, push the black market. Close to the edge, and you push it like a racket. Northern California goes, Northern California goes, Northern California goes, Northern California cold, Northern California cold, Northern California goes, Northern California gold, Northern California goes, Northern California cold, Northern California cold. Man provide for his children. Man got no job, but somehow man got done. Man no give for if man always gonna run. Fight or flight, boy, tell me where you run from. Running to the strip club, running from his children, running from the cop car, running from his baby mom, running to the streets. If you try to escape death, you label him a thief. I'd had a single, but your freedom ain't free. Test us to your message, cause the IRS a ting. Cooked up by the West Wing. Who built the White House? Never mind, just sing. Just dribble, stand up and salute for the team. Captain Nicky Zali, forgot your history. Diego Hoover say shoot down every king. I don't give a damn who the Black Panthers killed. Trayvon Timmons to treat it like it meant to. Northern California goes, Northern California goes, Northern California goes, Northern California cold, Northern California cold, Northern California goes, Northern California gold, Northern California goes, Northern California cold, Northern California cold.
Yeah, cause I swear I don't get it. You know, it's like, it's real. They want me to rock the nice chain on, the Rolex diamond watch. I don't even rock with the physical like that. I'm trying to tap people back into their souls, you know what I'm saying? It's real. Look, I don't mess with the physical. But if I get to shining, then maybe they'll listen though. Nah, I ain't deviating, I'm still on a mission, bro. Trying to wake the blind, don't see which way to go. Hey, I don't mess with the physical, I'm just tapping into the soul. Living life on the go. Rabbit hole, it get deep, I'm going as deep as it go. You a fish in the bowl, I'm breaking the code. No Da Vinci, it's Fibonacci. Hit them with this knowledge, hit them like I'm Rocky. Gotta keep it humble, no need to get cocky. High frequency, I don't think you can top it. So I'm here to let you know, you got in the flesh, that's for sure. Hold on to your mind, never ever let it go. I'm just trying to build, trying to get it off the flow. Waking people up, time to get in God mode, it's for real. Yeah, it's real. Yeah, it's real. I keep it real. Yeah, I keep it real. Yeah, it's real. Keep it 100. Keep it real. Keep it real. Yeah, it's real. Yeah, it's real. I keep it real. I got it. Keep it.
Yeah. Out here flexing like the woke. See straight through you, I don't need no telescope. I don't need your constitution, I don't need your white hope. I don't need your good deeds, taking hits round for round like I'm Creed. Why you plotting on my essence? Yeah, steady counting on my blessings. Yeah, this ain't equal competition. If you can't keep it real, it's your character and vision. Only follow intuition, state facts. Never like saying shit I gotta take back. Got the kind of vibe that you can't hijack. Me and my crew set, I put that on my zodiac. Yeah, and I keep it wavy. Stay rooted deep so you really can't shade me. Keep my aura clean so your energy don't phase me. Too elevated so my soul can be grave deep.
Yeah, it's real. Yeah, it's real. I keep it real. Yeah, I keep it real. Yeah, it's real. Keep it 100. Keep it 100. Keep it real. Gotta keep it real. Yeah, it's real. Yeah, it's real. I keep it real. I got it. I keep it real.
More shocking than an EKG. Young Kilo G, yeah, you know me. Beat Thor with the master key. Doors stay on the floor, cause I've been low key. I'm the hometown hero. I am hard as a spear throw. Fly as a paratroop, jumping straight in your ear hole. If you don't use your ears, what the heck is you here for? I could die if I cry, but I won't shed a tear though. How you stop a black man from voting? Jail. Send him there with no knowledge of self. Create schools that are more like cells. Destroy his manhood and he surely will fail. Harder than Braille, hard to swallow like kale. Man, I know myself and I know very well. Aim like William Tell, that's if you can tell. Man, I'm flow so hot, I burn the devil in hell. Blowing like CB4, still on E14. The game want my soul, my brother's still on parole. I told my mama I don't do what I'm told, I just do what I know. Amaranth from the way that I grow. One ring like Frodo, around the world like a yo-yo. Boy, I stay in the dojo, and they can't take my mojo. Man, the flow is for loco, evil like Mojo Jojo. No coon like Domo, freestyle pro bono. Caliber like Gallagher, with my Excalibur. This the Final Fantasy, hit fools with my Magica. Shoot like Gallagher, crawl like Tarantula. I'm the main character, and there's that Brannigan. Internet was made by a black man. I'm not Al Gore, I'm that man. Sealing sucker's face with the fat man. Hard to kill like a samurai on his last stand. With his last hand in the last dance. It's your last chance. Think in advance before you die. Truths or lies, no alibis. This is the present moment, don't be surprised. And still I rise. Like I raise your vibe, percolate your mind. When I step inside, I'm so dang wet. My name is Slip and Slide. I'm a lion's pride, and I just let that ride.
Now, normally, my notepad end up like the beach of Normandy. A lot of carnage, a lot of casualties. It's a gory scene on my Robert Horry thing. Big shot Sean. Living evidence, proof hip hop's not gone. Fucking with with your bitch getting head about her ass. Wouldn't fuck with you if she had her head about her ass. Lousy husband, I made a splendid dad. It was like popping the top off a shaking soda, it fizzled fast. The writing was on the wall like hieroglyphics. I was selling bullshit that was very buyer specific, admired and gifted. The murder for hire lyrics, sometimes talents the gas that sets fire to friendships. A 4-alarm blaze, a forecasting the pain is hell, and I don't mean like a wide is colder than rain. My frigid heart got my temper short of the midget cars, but victory got him raising the my extended arm. So if I think you was feeling the feeling to bring you closer to me, let this testimony make you feel as if you're rolling with me. If you're feeling the feeling to bring it close to me, let this testimony make you feel as if you roll with me. You ever feeling the feeling to bring it closer to me, let this testimony make you feel as if you're rolling with me. You ever feeling the feeling that bring it close to me, let this testimony make you feel as if you roll. You ever feel so sure about something no one can tell you different? You're passionate about it. When you spoke, people compelled to listen. This is a place on life's map people seldom visit. See, success is right in this failure if you never lived it. The pressure make you give it. Now you tooting, sniffing, and smoking and wilding, which stimulates hypothalamus, increases appetite, but don't get to biting off hours. That's a death sentence. We got 7 direct senses with penmanship and flows. Watch us blow up like meth kitchens. Get hit making is accidental like bash fenders. My hook game is similar to luau cinders. My motives taking places you can't reach on a spaceship, so we are not subject to the current trash on the station. And I could buy my mama a beautiful house of spacious with a garden of prayer so she could feel closer to angels, and get my children any and everything that they want, just for so long as they get praise to the Father they came from. So if ever you was feeling the feeling to bring you closer to me, let this testimony make you feel as if you're rolling with me. If you're feeling the feeling to bring you close to me, let this testimony make you feel as if you roll with me. You ever feeling the feeling?
We good? Everybody online still? What happened?
I'm here.
All right. Well, maybe we're having technical difficulties. Roselle, are you there? I don't see him. Maybe we lost him in the process. But it is about that time. I know I'm always lagging, but I lag so y'all can catch up. You feel me? I'm on high speed sometimes. Roselle's back. Roselle, if you can hear me, let's just get into it. Hopefully
wow, can you hear me?
Now we can.
That's weird how that happened.
You know, it be out here, it be forces out here that don't want truth to get put out here. So, you know, it happens. No big deal. We all here, though. You want to play the outro or we going straight into it? What you want to do? Somebody got their microphones on, their speakers on or something. I can hear echoes. Hi, Skyy.
What's up, Queen? How you feeling?
I'm feeling great, King. How are you? Is my
I'm feeling
bro Mike
accomplished.
in here? You are accomplished, sir. You here, ain't you?
Thank you. Yes, I am.
Accomplished.
Yes, I am.
Mr. Michael Franklin, hold your weight, sir. What it is? How are you?
Babe? How you doing? I'm good. Yourself?
I'm good. I know it's late for both of y'all. Well, not late. We just, we on the west side, Cali time. So
yeah,
3 hour difference.
I'm definitely not trying to hold y'all, but I appreciate both of you being like, I'm gonna tap in. It means a lot. I know y'all don't know each other, so let's go ahead with the introductions. First off, for everybody tuning into the podcast, I'm Treka. This is KnowBetter.DoBetter. DJ Ro handles the music.
What's up, everybody?
Already. We had little technical difficulties, but that's nothing that we're gonna just slide right past. That's
yeah.
I have 2 special guests. I have, first off, my bro Mike, Mr. Mike Franklin,
what do you do, babe?
out here making waves from San Diego to New Orleans, baby. So that's, college right there. And then, you got my boy Skyy. Sky Royale.
What's
Scar,
up,
I
Queen?
call you
What's up,
Sky
Queen?
Royale in my head. So I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but that's how
Everybody
I
says
do.
that. Yeah, everybody gives me Royal or Royale. I think it's Royale is what most people
Yeah.
give me. Yeah.
Definitely a talented person making moves on his own path. And I've seen your growth and it's very inspirational. So proud of the movement you making.
Thank you.
I was thinking it was important for me to have both of y'all here, not necessarily together tonight, like I had to have this, but I feel like both of y'all kind of carry an energy that I think is really important for us to be like really empowering and promoting right now. For one, with you, Mike, you give that let's be a man type of academy type of energy. When I watch your videos, I read your posts, or I talk to you. So why don't you tell me what you really do? Like, what is it? What you out here doing?
Well, I mean, there's a number of things that I do. My main focus and my main my main interest is the development of youth. I work here back in my hometown, New Orleans, with several high schools. If you guys are pretty understanding of the educational system, you know that middle school to high school transition is where a number of our kids start having problems, whether it's behaviorally or even academically. So what I try to do is I try to serve as a sounding board, if you will, or a buffer to a lot of the problems that our inner city kids are dealing with. Because I too was one of those inner city kids that had those same similar problems. And if it weren't for my coaches and teachers stepping in and being that sounding board for me, I wouldn't be here talking to you. You wouldn't have known me from San Diego State. You know what I mean? So I know how important that piece is, because as Black people, we're hit with so many different forces, and that economic piece is one of them that's kind of plaguing our inner city youths and families alike. So that's one thing that I try to give my services to, that particular area of education. So
No,
that's what
bridging
I do
that
here.
gap. We need that. We need that. And I think Sky, he working on, the other end that I think is very important too, is the financial literacy of it all. Like, we walking around this world like we ain't worth nothing when we worth millions and trillions of dollars, and we just not putting it in the right places to empower each other. So, Skylar, just a little short, before we get into the deep discussions of everything, what do you do? Like, what is your purpose you're walking in right now?
Awesome. So, King, I just wanted to give you props for what you just acknowledged and what you do, what you give your time and energy and effort to. So thank you so much.
I love y'all. No, y'all, I can't do this without y'all, though.
It really truly is. So what I do is I work in the financial industry as a financial educator. And my side business, well, the thing I've been doing longer, has been massage therapy, hence this Royal King Touch logo. The financial industry has given me a platform and a basis to be able to even start this Royal King Touch business that I have. And what I understand is that money, speaking of, you said $1 trillion community. So the Black community was estimated to spend about $1.6 trillion in a year between 2021 and 2022. And they say it's estimated to be almost $2 trillion. Estimated to be about 2 trillion, right? Estimated to be about 2 trillion within the next year or so. So we're in currently the biggest wealth distribution in history right now, with a lot of the baby boomers retiring like 100,000 a day, I believe. But that's kind of the things I go in on. Just understanding that as a Black man, as somebody who's melanated, concentrated, that my example speaks louder than anything I could really say to anybody. And that a lot of talk about our inner city youth and our community, a lot of us don't listen. A lot of us watch. And before we listen, we watch and make sure that we are connected emotionally some kind of way before we listen to a lot of other people. So by being a massage therapist of 10 years and being in the financial industry and as a financial educator, financial professional for now 5 years, it's changed my whole perspective on my viewpoint of my power, you know, and I'll be 30 this year. So I'm really grateful for the opportunity of being where I'm at 30.
Blessings. Blessings.
Thank you.
I mean, hey, I feel like when people talk about getting older and how they trying to be younger and not get old, like you going about this the wrong way, baby.
Absolutely.
You're supposed to be happy that you're able to get older and wiser.
Absolutely. Right.
Like that's leveling up to me. And I think, like you said, it's very important for us to have that literacy all around because finances is a big part of us surviving. Absolutely. And so, like, Mike, I know you and I went to school, we went to San Diego State together. When we were in college, did you have this in mind when you thought about what I would be doing with the future of my life?
Absolutely. That's something that I'm getting better to being in that space because I had a big mind, as I still do now. I had a big mind then, but at most times I didn't know how to deliver it. And most times by me being from the South and having the personality in which I did had, and still do have, I should say, I just know how to control it a lot better.
Big.
Most people would think that I was being, I don't know, brash, arrogant, or something like that, just because I knew exactly what I wanted to do. That's something that's one of my strong suits, right? I'm very methodical about things, even with my day-to-day life. Although I'm here in New Orleans and it's 10:18, whenever I go to sleep, don't matter what time I go to sleep, at 3:30 a.m. I'm popping right back up, right? That's when my day, my routine starts. So to answer your question, yes, what I'm doing now, I knew that I was going to be doing this. They actually did a documentary on me for one of those football games. I can't remember. I have a copy of it. And on the tail
For
end
those
of
who
that,
don't know, Mike was a SDSU football star. That's how I know him. But it's obviously a lot more deeper to us than what we show on the surface, So
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as I mentioned earlier, being from that inner city background in which I've come from, being able to matriculate and get to college, the people in the athletic department and just around the school as a whole just was like, I guess, shocked by the fact that I pulled myself up by the bootstraps and did such amazing things, right? So
handle your business.
Absolutely. And that's where Hold Your Weight come from. This is actually my brand, my slogan in my brand, Hold Your Weight. And Hold Your Weight is an inspirational concept that encourages people to use their full potential in every aspect of their life. So that's what Hold Your Weight is. And our principles are DSS for short, discipline, structure, and stability. If you possess all three of those, you can succeed in anything that you want to do. No matter what it is, you have to be disciplined about it. You have to have structure. You got to be organized before you can do anything. You got to be organized, and then you have to have stability, and that's just means balance. That stable, being stable, you have to have balance. So if you can perpetuate all three of those, then you're on your road to success. So back to the question, yeah. So I knew I was going to be doing this. I just wasn't sure how it was going to be done at that moment. But once I started understanding the platform that I'm on right now as it relates to nonprofits and 501(c)(3)s and getting monies in to be able to help me fund my mission with the youth, then that's when things became a lot better. So yeah, I knew that I was going to be doing this, and I still have a lot much more to do.
Oh, you're just getting started. You're definitely just getting started.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
Skyy, I mean, I know me and you had a conversation recently, and I feel like you are definitely taking off in your power as well. And what say you to people watching?
Funny that
how did you get to going where you're at and to where you at now?
Absolutely. Funny what he was saying about knowing where he was going to be, where he is right now. So my journey led from trauma. all of these great things that I have was from the worst things that's happened to me in my
All the
life.
great ones come from the trauma. We all are
Right.
proud
Yes,
of
Lord.
it.
Yes, Lord.
Absolutely.
Queen rise to the top, baby.
Absolutely. So, the way that my journey really started into the pathway I'm on, I actually did about 1,200 push-ups today, which I'm very proud of. And I've been really
Go ahead,
consistent
because I
on
ain't gonna do it.
really pushing on just having the consistency, using this as a consistency to spread to other portions of my life. But the way that I started off with music, I got into music after getting into a really bad car accident that left me in a coma for 2 weeks. And
Sorry to
I
hear
was
that.
magically gifted the
Magically.
ability
Ain't no
to
magic.
freestyle.
Well, it's
Right,
magic,
right.
but yeah, we get it.
Melanated magic. I mean,
We get
that's a whole
it.
nother
You know, we
conversation
get
in
it.
itself. That's a whole nother conversation in itself. But that's the first traumatic experience that led me into something that I'm really passionate about today. And then the second thing is 2 years after that. So the first accident happened on March 15th, 2009. And I was about 15 when that happened. And then 2 years after that, I was a passenger in a car accident that, no, that was the first one I was a passenger. The second one, I was actually the person driving and got into a really bad accident and fractured my left arm into pieces. I don't know if you guys can see this scar, but this whole arm is made out of metal plates and screws.
Ooh.
And that led me into massage therapy, which is crazy because I've never had a massage prior. I wasn't really into massage. The only type of massage I understood was just giving my mom foot massages. So
and this is not the ones you're doing right now, bro.
Right. It's wild because I was in community college for a year, 2 years, and I couldn't really find my fit of what I wanted to do. And I definitely didn't want to go to school for long periods of time after being in school for 12 years. I mean, school is burnt out for me at that point.
Hey,
and so
I wish I could have took a couple rows different, but I wouldn't know Mike. So I got to
that's
take
what I'm saying. You got to look at everything. It happens for a reason. So that was my mindset of getting into massage therapy, was to not have to work for somebody forever. And I said to myself when I was 19, turning 20, like I said, I'll be 30 this year. I was like, by the time I'm 25, I'm gonna have a massage business started for myself. And lo and behold, everything literally worked itself out into the aspect of what Royal King Touch is.
Because you spoke it into working itself out. But I don't think we as human beings give ourselves, well, take away the human beings, as melanin people, I don't think we give ourselves enough credit for all the power that we hold, because so many have tried to tell us that we don't hold this. And we clearly do. If we didn't, you wouldn't need to look at us for your next move for everything in life. Everything in life, your lifestyle, your culture, what's hopping, what's hot on the streets to eat, what's cool to put on your feet, that all come from us. So stepping into your power is what brought you to where you are, and I appreciate that. That's for real. That's what's up.
I appreciate that. Just to end it off, it led into to the financial industry and realizing that at the end of the day, like my man's is talking about, which I'm really proud of you for doing, this financial understanding just comes down to understanding that the way you treat your money is the way you treat your life, because money is what gives you the opportunity to have freedom.
It's all energy.
And do what you want to do, right? And so since the way that people are in a state of always being scarce and having a scarcity mindset, like they don't have enough, they have been conditioned to always work for it rather than attract it. And understand, like you were saying, the power that we have as people to, once you follow your passion, what you're really happy about, and what can really give off to other people to make other people feel good, then all the money that you're looking for will come to you, because that's what it is. It's the law of attraction.
It has to. It can't happen no other way. And you know what really helped me to realize this is when I just was like, I just surrender. Like, I just give up. Like, I'm gonna just do whatever I do, whatever, go with it. And when you start to live in the now and you start to appreciate what you got, that's when you get more abundant with more, because you got to be able to understand what you have, where you came from, all that. or else you won't be able to appreciate the abundance when it comes to you, and it's just gonna come and go. You'll never enjoy it. And it really, you know, I pride myself on being in contact with a lot of Black men, but I love the conversations that y'all are bringing to me tonight because, man, and it all goes hand in hand. Like, you gotta be strong and sufficeful and resilient and have that focus and goal, like Mike is saying, but you also got to be on top of your finances because that's what's monitoring the outside of the world that you're living in. So it all goes hand in hand in the two. Mike, how long have you been doing Hold Your Weight? Like, okay, let me ask you this. Like, is Hold Your Weight like a program? Is it something you can join? Is it just a mindset? Is it just a slogan? Explain that to me.
Well, they have 7 different arms to it. Right now, I function as a mentor with inside high school and middle schools where I go and function in that space as it relates to life skills and development with the youth. I also serve as a life coach as well to certain peers around the city of New Orleans as it relates to personal development, be it mindset change or even physical fitness change. So those are
all connected.
Right. And I also serve as a public speaker as well. So all 3 of those arms work interchangeably under the umbrella of Hold Your Weight. And the slogan and the logo, all of that goes with it as the staple. So like I said, it's one big umbrella with many different arms, but Hold Your Weight is the actual branding.
Gotcha. And are you all the way based in New Orleans now, or are you currently in New Orleans? Oh, you all the way in Louisiana. You went back home.
Yeah.
Well, I
still come out west.
And you know what? I want to talk to what you said earlier about people taking you the wrong way when we were in college. Bump them. They didn't know the realness. They just didn't want to take authentic people. You know what I'm saying? Because you never have not been authentically New Orleans.
Yeah. I wasn't meaning like I was taking away from myself. I was just
they just wasn't ready for real.
Oh yeah. I mean, I agree with you. I never let any of that change who I am. You know what I'm saying? I just was kind of framing it and stating it like that. But yeah, I'm still that same person right now. I'm just being respectful to the fact that this is a podcast and everything. But I'm still that same nigga.
What would you do if this wasn't a podcast, Mike? Do it. Show your ass. We do everything on here. You're welcome to do everything you want to do.
Yeah, but you know, you still have to be respectful. But you know, this still me. Like, ain't nothing changed. I just got bigger and better. You see what I'm saying?
Amen.
So when I said that, I was just being respectful to, you know, people that's going that try to go against the grain or that dislike what you do. I really don't give a fuck about what nobody say. I think.
You know what? I wouldn't even be doing this podcast had I gave a fuck about what anybody else thinks, because everybody that I ran this idea past was like, for what? What you gonna talk about? What you gonna say? How you gonna do that? And I'm 2.5 years strong. So I haven't ran out of shit to talk about yet. So don't worry about that. Like, support. That's all I'm about. If you ever see me on social media, I'm always about support. And so I'm always, you know, looking to support my peoples. And if, you know, your knowledge and wisdom help support me and my peoples, then I definitely want you around, you know? And I mean, and I, like I said, I tied that back again to why I was like, you know, you and Skyy are on different things, but it's the same thing. It's the same. Let's better ourselves to make better for the whole. You know what I'm saying? It's not some selfish, I'm gonna get my money, get paper, get these hoes, fuck these bitches. Like, that shit's cool, but not for me. You know, there's more to life than this. And we deserve so much way better in this life. Like, that, and it's really up to us.
Nothing about that is cool. It's
nothing.
It's
It's cool for them.
common.
I
No,
can't
it's
force
common.
nobody else to think how I think. That's cool
I
for
was
them.
gonna say it's common, but I wouldn't say it's cool because the effects of it on not just a spiritual level but social level on so many different levels is very disrupting. So it's common, but I wouldn't call it cool. But Mike, just to kind of acknowledge what you're doing,
Yes, sir.
I would love to be able to genuinely add some value to the business of what you're doing, like genuinely, man, because bringing just the concept of these financial services that we offer to people, and we do what we do for free. When we sit down with people, we don't charge anybody, which I think takes the whole experience to the next level, because if we're about the education first, and if you do anything with us or not, it's about we just sat down and educated you, and it wasn't about trying to make the sale. And I think
it's never too young to start learning about your financial wellness.
it's not even so much. It's never too young. It's the best to learn it while young, because
I wish somebody would have told me 20 years ago.
Exactly. If we notice, kids are not taught this information on purpose. They're taught filler information, right? And then as they go into teenagers and early
Quick
adulthood,
validation, paycheck to paycheck.
Right. They look into finding out how to free themselves because they were never taught this early on. Our parents were never taught to set us up with this and stuff like that. But we look at the wealthy, we look at Disney, we look at Amazon, we look at Google, and all of these companies were started off the base of an insurance policy. So, I mean, the power of life insurance literally is as powerful as possibly can be, because a lot of the Rockefeller family, the Rothschild family, the reason why they
all off insurance policies.
All off insurance policies.
But
and they set their kids up at
I think the whole thing too is people need to know to differentiate the different types of insurance and know what's best for your family and what's going to be working from you, and not fall a victim. And so people like you, Royal, like come in and very handy, because people don't trust a lot of people, but we need the education to make the moves. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, Mike, so do you hold events like out in Nolans or outside of, or where are you guys at with that?
Yeah, most of the events that I've held and that we do hold is here in the city of New Orleans. We do fitness expos, we do pop-up shops, and with the school system, we do a number of health and wellness conventions that they have here in the city. So we're involved with those when they do come up. When the city council promotes all of their what's it called? Like the donation days. Each organization in New Orleans, they get a day where people just pour into them and donate. So we are involved in a number of different avenues and things here in the city of New Orleans. So that's really why, like I said, I came back home to do that, because I know what the kids here are thinking. I know what they're feeling, and I know what they're going through. And I knew that as the time went on, things was going to change. The paradigm was going to shift. That's one of the reasons why I kind of studied history, such that I can understand the wave and the change of the paradigm as I got older, right? I saw.
Okay, well, let's talk about the history that we learned, and let's talk about the real history. So what history are you going by? Because the history that San Diego State had me paying classes for is not the truth.
Yeah, well, I mean, none of it's true until you get down to the nitty gritty, whatever that means for you and whatever it is you're trying to pinpoint, right? All of it is just fluff. You just got to know how to, like I said, get down to what it is you're looking for. And my main thing was I was trying to understand the change in our culture as African Americans from the time in which we got here, how deep and how strong it was to now. And I'm going to speak for New Orleans, but I know it's synonymously the same for other parts of the country as well. Like here in New Orleans, we don't even speak to each other anymore. Like just walking down the street, saying good evening and good afternoon or how you're doing was the thing of the culture. That's how you knew what part of the city you were in, You knew people, family lineage through that. But right now, that's not going on. So I knew that was going to happen, such that just the other day I had to speak to a high school. I was able to help out the teachers at a professional development to help them understand that the old New Orleans that they know, that's not the same New Orleans anymore. We have to start looking at things differently because it's a structural change, right? We have a lot more Spanish speaking people here in the city of New Orleans, and that was never how this city was. So just to help them understand that demographic and how things has
we got a lot more social media that disconnects people too.
Absolutely. That's a strong factor of why things is changing as well. So just being abreast and understanding the change and the paradigm shifts of those different aspects and being able to give that pertinent information with empirical data, it helps things along in the city to become better. So that's where I am with it.
I understand that. I feel that real deep. And I'm sure like you could feel some connection with that too, right, Skyy? Like, because you talk to less fortunate people who, you know, really don't got money to be thinking about investing it. They don't really think about investing it, but people don't realize even a little bit of money you got, you could be investing in yourself.
That's pretty much what it comes down to, is that everybody wants to have more, but very few people will do to have more. And that's one of the biggest disconnects in the Black community.
That's the biggest shit right there. Everybody want to be rich, but don't nobody want to put the work in.
Right. We have such a massive amount of talent that's naturally inherent to our people, where we don't. The reason why we don't connect so well to be able to use our talents to be able to have the social economic structure that we need for us to grow to where we need to go is behind the fact that we are so disconnected within ourselves, because everything is self-reflective. The way of the world right now, going through this chaotic state and this discord, is
that don't have nothing to do with you.
It has a reflection of a lot of people, what's going on the inside of people. So with that being said,
I agree.
With that being said, with that being said, what it comes down to is for us to be able to keep a lot of this money that we're spending in our community is to understand we need to be connected more first. And in order for us to be more connected more first, we got to understand the reason on why the hood, outside of the laws and all the things that got the hood to where it's got on an external level, but why are we still perpetuating the things that was given to us to destroy us? And when we acknowledge this collectively and bring it up to each other on the
podcast.
No. On the single person to single person basis, there's a lot of acknowledgement there. But when it comes to the group, there is a lot of chest puffing out, and there's a lot of disrespect and a lot of deflecting rather than acknowledgement. And that's what keeps us in the space that we're in, because we won't even acknowledge what we're doing to keep us in the space. And the biggest thing that comes through it is understanding first that in order to get to where you want to go in the future, you have to invest. There is no way around it. There is no way around it. So with that being said, it's not we don't have the money, we don't have the mindset. Because it's not a money problem.
We got more than enough money. More than enough money. Money ain't never been an issue. Money's been an excuse. You know what I'm saying? When people don't want to take accountability for their actions, they look for something to push the blame on. We blame money. Oh, but we poor. We ain't fucking poor. In no means of the word. I'm not even just thinking about the dollar signs in our bank accounts. I'm thinking about in life, period. We've never been a poor people. We've taken on a poor mindset. And that's way stronger than the people. The mindset controls the people. So I think that a lot of people have gotten so programmed into thinking they can't be more or they're not worth more. So they don't try to do more.
Yeah, that's a huge part of the battle, I think. Getting people to change their mindset and to see that most of the reason and most of the purpose of why they're in maybe a deprecated status because it's them, it's their mistakes that they're making, right? But
Mike,
then we're
and
kind of
you of all people, you should know how hard it is to tell people, oh, but you're where you're at because of your choices.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
but
I mean,
when it really comes down to it, you, all of us on this call right now, we're exactly where we're at because of our own choices. No matter what the consequences is, no matter what the circumstance of society is, these are our choices that put us here. Whether it be good or bad.
At some point in our life, we were able to understand that, right? But let me give you a little analogy in a story form. Follow my reasoning. Just think about all the people that's like this, right? So picture we as Black people, we like pit bulls, right? So picture they got a pregnant pit bull dog that's in the hood. It's not for anybody, it's just a hood dog. And it get pregnant from one of the other dogs that's in the hood that just, got it pregnant. And now this dog is pregnant with the puppies. There is no rightful owner. So one particular night, the dog pushed down a trash can and go in the trash can and scrounge for food, right? So as the dog pushed the trash can down, it's kind of like somewhat in the street, but still like on the side where they placed it for the trash man to get it. But while the dog is scrounging for food in the trash can, a car is coming down the street, but really doesn't see the dog in the trash can as well. And hits the trash can, but consequently, the dog is on the other side, so it hits the dog too, right? But doesn't know it. Keep going. However, the dog kind of mosey off into the side and kind of like rest for a while. The next day, the dog wake up and realize that its hind legs is messed up. So when that dog walk now, that dog drags its hind legs, correct?
A head dog will cry.
So watch this, find my reason. So maybe like a week later, that pit bull has the puppies. So she has the puppies and the puppies are born perfectly fine. They nurse on his mother's nipples, they grow and they become of age, but as they begin to walk, all of those dogs that she had, those are the puppies she had, begin to drag their hind legs. Nothing was wrong with
because they watched her down here. Oh my God!
They're only walking like the one that came
bro. Don't stop,
Think about
bro.
it.
Just stop right there.
Think about it.
That just hit real hard.
Only walking like
the one. Therapy session, and it's right on this line. Hey, you might not even be hurt, but you learned that hurt behavior from watching those before you.
My point blank period. So you're not even financially messed up, but you just learned to be financially broke because you saw it before you.
And don't even be broke. You just have a broke mindset.
So just think about the number of people, like you say, we got it. We understand that at that juncture of life, we was able to get it at some point. But imagine the ones who was walking like the one before them. I'm from the hood. I see it every day. Ain't nothing wrong with you, little man. You in a goddamn cage and you talking about you can't fly. You got wings. You're supposed to fly.
Get out
I like to say something about that,
that's
though.
the part that kills me, though, Mike. It's like watching like these younger people walk around here like they're in cages. Like, you're freer than anybody right now. You should be out here flying like a bird. People call me a fucking free spirit and a social butterfly. That's what they call you when they think you off and you don't just float into society. They call you all the shit that's my little free spirit. Nah, I know what you're calling me. It's good. I'm gonna be that. But it's so open for everybody to be that now. Like, I've made a vow, like, I'm not buying anything that's not Black owned. And I have so many friends that make stuff, that have created things, that there's no reason for me not to go to them first.
Right.
But how many of us think like me is the issue.
So the thing I would like to say about my experience with being a business owner, and just to kind of touch on what you said with the monkey see, monkey do ideal. We are in a state right now where, I mean, even for people, for the most part, everybody's engaged in social media or some type of media, some kind of way. So everybody's seeing what's possible with what's happening. I mean, you got a 4-year-old Black girl who just launched her lemonade line and it's in all the major stores right now. She's a millionaire, and I think that was like a few 2 or 3 years ago. Then you got the black kid, he's like 9, no, he's like 12, and he's the youngest person to graduate high school, and he's on his way to Harvard. You know what I mean? So it's like,
and have multiple scholarship offers from all the top schools.
It comes down to the fact that people are seeing what's probable and what's happening. It's just that people are focused in on the wrong things. So the whole mindset of, oh, well, I see my mom being broke, this, that, and the third. The reason why I decided to go this route was because my mom, decided to continue to go down her route, and her projection of how she handled it the wrong way is the reason why I decided.
Though. That's alchemy. So, that's not something that is taught to everybody.
Yeah, but that's the thing about it. Everybody has the answers within them. That's the whole point of your DNA code. A lot of the things that they call our junk DNA is your pathway and your greatness sitting down with it, right? So with that being said, the only way to find that, to unlock that, is to find you. And a lot of people refuse to take the time to find them. Everybody want to copy the wrong person with the wrong energy.
Everybody afraid to find themselves. Like, why are you afraid to just find you?
There's nothing wrong.
You're amazing. You're authentic. You're hella different than everybody else. Why would you want to be you?
Right. There's nothing wrong.
I love being me.
There's nothing wrong with finding out who you are, but a lot of people have no idea who they are because they're so busy copying other people. And a lot of people are very afraid to be alone because it's the thought of being alone rather than the actuality of going through the process of figuring out what you do.
Yeah, because being alone means you got to be with you.
Yeah. So, I mean, you can't be yourself if you don't know yourself. And that's the first step in for us, whether it be Black people.
Can you say it again for the people in the back, brother?
Whether it be anybody in general, it just comes down to us just loving ourselves to be able to give that to other people. That's what it comes down to.
You can't love nobody else if you can't love yourself first off. Right. And you got to learn how to respect yourself and honor yourself. Like, I feel like so many people walk around here feeling worthless because they've listened to all the programming and all the bullshit that they've heard. Like, if you ain't got this, you ain't this. And if you ain't got that, you ain't got this. I'm going to tell you right now, I don't have no shame in my game. I know I'm blessed. I know I'm a blessing. I'm 41, no kids, no car, because I don't need one right now. Like, I live in my means, but people will judge me by that. Like, oh my God, but you're 41. You ain't got no kids. You ain't got no husband. What, you don't got no car? Oh, you a broke bitch. Like, oh, gee. No, I'm far from it, baby. I'm wealthy in other ways. But the materialistic things are not how we should be measuring ourselves. And I think that's what we all gonna fall short, trying to measure up to the materialistic things. That is not where all of our wealth lies in the beginning. Until you grasp who you are and where you're supposed to be doing, you will never see them riches. Not where it's gonna be yours. It can come and go easy though. But I want my shit to be solid. I'm trying to build mine on a solid foundation, on some authenticity. But I just think that we, like you said, a lot of people are afraid to know themselves. And until we can know ourselves. But I think that, okay, well, answer me this. So y'all feel like they made us afraid to know ourselves, like demonizing us so bad and making us so horrific? Like, we are scared, we're afraid of our own people? Like, do you think that might be it?
So I think the whole issue is I mean, I definitely think it's a portion to do with it, because I ain't gonna lie. My experience with people that look like me have been my most conflictual, sadly enough. As opposed to my experiences with non-Black people, a lot of my opportunities and my non-judgmental experiences have been with non-Black people than it has been with Black people. And so one of the biggest reasons when you talk about why Black people don't support Black business is because most Black people, when they see another Black person being successful, they automatically have their handout type of mindset. And most Black people don't want to not so much work, but they don't feel as though they need to put the same work in that the person did in order to get there. So they were like, well, you did it, so let me, just pull me up.
Right,
And
piggyback.
when we look at other cultures, when we look at Indians, when we look at Africans, for example, they don't move like that. They can't
don't
afford
accept
to.
that shit from their people. They're
Right.
like, no, you go out there and get your shit
Right.
and
They
bring
can't
what you
afford
got
to
to
do
the
it.
table and we'll
Right.
piece
They
up.
can't afford to do it. They can't afford to do that because in order for them to get to a bigger place collectively, they have to work together. So one of our biggest issues that we don't understand is the fact that we will always have the biggest influence. That's the reason why this trap drill movement is catching fire all over the world in the hip hop realm, because of the fact that we are going to always have that strong ass affinity.
We are the movement.
Until we flip, right? Until we flip the respect factor back on ourselves, then at the end of the day, we will continue to be this subliminal laughing stock of the world. And it's sad because
you know what? They all sitting back like, do they not know what the fuck they don't even know.
That's
like,
what they say all the time.
They looking at it like they don't even know. Like,
they say that all the time. Yeah,
they
there's
really
a lot
don't
of
know.
videos
But
of
let's just
people
keep
all
it a
around the world
secret.
saying the
But
same thing.
as soon as they find out, the shit's out the bag. But just
But
don't tell them.
It's not
like
the
the
fact that
biggest
it's a
secret in the world.
It's not a fact that it's a secret. It's in plain sight, because the best way to hide anything is in plain sight. So it's not so much we don't know, it's that we don't believe.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can know all the information of knowing that cigarettes is toxic, or you can know that
That
drinking
don't
is
mean that's
bad.
gonna stop you.
And that
You
doesn't
still
mean
do
it's
what
going to
you
stop
do.
you, because people don't believe that it'll do that. So they can know all they want to, but if they
Because
don't
I've
believe it,
seen
doesn't
people live 70 years smoking cigarettes, and Jim Bob is still sitting on that porch, good and healthy, smoking cigarettes every day. So you can tell me what you want to tell me, but I believe what I want to believe. One thing I want to ask both of y'all. I think I may have talked to you about this guy, but are y'all religious, spiritual, or neither?
All of those are the same thing to me.
All religion and spirituality is the same thing. It is, because
it's all the same.
religion
You
comes
can't
with
have one without the other.
spirituality, but they try to separate it.
So I would say, oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. You got it.
I was just gonna say, so my experience with them is that they are of the same realm, but they're different. And they're different because it's like meditation and prayer.
Same thing.
Well, let me explain why they're different.
Okay.
They're of the same realm, but they're not the same. Because when you meditate with an intent, right? There is a focused ideal of moving your energy when you meditate, right?
Mm-hmm.
As opposed to prayer is a hopeful push of your energy. I'm not saying that prayer doesn't work, but the people that pray, people that pray really strongly, that have that effect, they have a strong belief. That means their belief is focused. So within their prayers work, right? But for the most part, it's a more so a hopeful type of float of your energy.
Yeah,
so
I don't flow with the prayer. I flow more with the meditation when it comes to things.
The prayer, with the whole religion, spirituality aspect, religion is a step under spirituality, because spirituality is the gem, right? I don't know if you guys are in the video games.
It's the umbrella of it all.
Right. So let's use an umbrella or the gem, right? I'm gonna use, for my nerds out there, I'm gonna use the Sonic the Hedgehog reference, right? It's the giant chaos emerald. So it's the giant gem, and then they split, and all those shards that Knuckles is looking for is all these religions. All these religions, because there's that's not millions, there's thousands of religions, right? You got the basis religions and stuff like that. But if you look at the history of how these religions started and been manipulated, they've all been structured from the same universal story that spirituality is. It's just in different perspectives.
Exactly.
So that's why I would say that it would be different.
Mike, what was you saying? Because you down there in all those, they got the voodoo and all that, and I'm not talking nothing bad about nothing. I've been studying all spiritualities.
Yeah, everything is connected. It's all about who you are and how you're going to land it in your life.
how you use it.
Absolutely.
Intention.
Absolutely. Some people wear Nike, some people wear Jordans, some people wear All Stars, some people wear Pradas. I mean, you still have shoes on your feet, right? So that's what religion is to me. But the way in which you use the calculator or the binoculars is going to determine what type of person I see you as. I love music, and the messages are in the music.
Always.
I would hear this song when I was young, but I didn't know what Andre was meaning. Although he's maybe 10 years my senior. Yeah, but for him to go through that part of life and come with that rhyme, and then now, as my generation, our generation come behind to look at
rhyme.
I'm gonna get to it. I'm trying to frame it.
My bad. I'm impatient as hell.
It's all good. Take another hit of the joint to slow you down. You'll be all right.
Whatever. Bye. Say it.
So he says in Aquemini, the song Aquemini, he said, my mind floats a bend, turn to sin. I forget how he said that part. But after that, he says, faith is what you make it. That's the hardest shit since MC Ren. Faith. Your faith is what you make it.
That's the hardest shit since MC Ren.
So whatever you believe in is what life is. You see what I'm saying? And then watch this though. I'll fast forward to Kendrick Lamar and in the game on the game. What album is that? Shit, the album he got Church on there. One of those songs with the game and Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar says, "I live this life at a pace that anyone could go. Know your fate and live this life to the fate that you would die alone. The fate that you would die alone." So what you believe in, the same thing Aquemini said in '95, is the same thing Kendrick Lamar was saying in the song "See No Evil" with him and Game. He just was saying it in a different way. 2 + 2 is 4. 3 + 1 is 4. 1 + 1 + 1 + 1 is 4. You still get 4. So in this life, what do you believe in? That's the thing that you will die with, believing in that. So if you want to be a Catholic, Muslim, Baptist, Presbyterian, Buddhism, whatever it may be, at the beginning of the day, you still got to treat people the way you're going to be treated, the way you want to be treated. If you want to live a good harmonious life,
you
if you
still got to be
like
right
shit,
by people.
Absolutely. If you treat people like shit, then that's what you're gonna get in your life.
No matter what religion you are, you still can't treat people like shit.
You don't get in life what you want. You get out of life who you
what
are.
You give.
Right.
So the type of person you are is the thing that you're gonna get in life. So if you're an asshole, yeah, your life might be going good. Your life might be going good in the precursor because you're making it go good, but eventually some asshole shit is going to happen to you and you're gonna fall off. But if you're a nice, giving person, one of my qualities or 3 of my qualities are be nice, be kind, be courteous. I'm nice to people all day. Now, if you get on my bad side, then you'll see that goddamn line you come out.
That's different though. That's not normal.
Right, but the way in which I carry myself, people always ask me, man, why they just gave you that? How you was able to get in there for free? Or why you didn't pay for that meal?
Because that's the energy I give.
Absolutely. You know what I mean? So once we begin to understand that as we grow, but watch this. You can have that kind of day every day. When people ask me how my day went, I tell them I have a good day every day. I never have a bad day. Never.
Beautiful.
I might have a bad moment.
Right.
But I never have a bad day. Because I know how to control that.
Right.
I know how to control that now. As a 41-year-old man,
that's my intention. So how I move throughout the day is on me. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think people like to give that power away.
I'm going to die alone, right?
Yeah.
The fate that I'm going to die alone. Well, I'll be in the supermarket and I'll help somebody with something. I'll open the door. Sometimes people say thank you. Sometimes they don't. They don't have to tell me thank you at all.
It don't matter.
This is the clock that I'm living, the fate that I'm living. I'm walking in the supermarket, something's on the ground, I'm picking it up and throwing it away because I'm cleanliness. Cleanliness is part of my clock. You know what I mean?
Okay, but see, like I be moving like that, and people be really looking at me crazy. And at first, it used to make me bother, but I'm like, I'm not gonna be bothered because I'm moving in my own life right now. Like I'm not throwing anything on the on the floor. I don't care. There's a garbage can right here. Put it in the garbage can. I smile at everybody, and sometimes my people look at me so crazy.
Just let them look. You just know you living in your
looking
truth.
at me like I'm crazy, and I'll be like, man, just smile. Like, have a good day. But they looking at me like, what the fuck she smiling at me like this for? And I'm just keeping it moving. Like, I'm just a happy person naturally. So you will see me walking down the street and just smiling. People have called me out on that. Like, I just see you just walking down the street smiling. It's like, what are you frowning for? Like, I don't know. I might be thinking about something. I might be looking at the sun, gazing. You never know. But I just don't see the point in walking around looking for something to be upset about all the time.
Yeah.
Like, we got to get over that lack and scarcity mindset. We are abundant people, period. No matter what color you are.
So I think
as a human race, we're abundant people. We just don't, we live in so many programs.
Most of the amazing thing I've adapted in relation to what you was just talking about with not having a bad day. Because really the order to have a bad day is when you're no longer able to breathe, you're able to move.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? That's the worst day of your life.
That's the worst day.
Really bad day. So with that being said, when people ask me how I am in relation to keeping your mind space in a good space, I decided a few years back, that when people ask me how I am, I say I'm grateful. And I say that because regardless of how I feel at that moment, by saying it out loud, I become grateful, right? And just thinking about how
I say I'm blessed. Like I can't say nothing less or nothing more than I'm blessed. Like I'm blessed. I'm here.
Well, I mean, I'm being blessed is cool, but being grateful is even is a higher level than being blessed, because everybody's blessed to be alive. To be a human, to be a being here is like 4 trillion to 1. So you're blessed to be existing. So you got to be grateful. You got to be grateful in order to be blessed, because a lot of people don't live in gratitude. Just because they are here and blessed to be alive doesn't mean they feel it, because they're not grateful. Hence the reason they don't move in a way of being able to attract what they want. So
they exist and not living.
Yes, exactly. They just exist and not live. Exactly. So with that being said, what's another thing? I think just realizing at the end of the day, when people do things that are messed up or they look at you sideways, when you was just saying how when you smile, people look at you sideways, when that happens, it's a reflection of what's going on in their lives. That's like 99% of what people are always presenting.
Oh, I know. I make them sick. That's what I know. Like, I ruffle people's feathers without trying to ruffle people's feathers. I'm just being me. And my very essence of me being happy and in the light, that disturbs people who are not, okay.
I would say, so the whole ideal, because it used to be like that for me until I stopped acknowledging that. Like you got to realize that where you put your focus, energy grows. So if you always paying attention to how much feathers you ruffle by being happy, then that's what you're always going to see. And the moment I stopped looking at people taking me the wrong way, because it's either a love you or hate me type of situation. I know it's probably similar for all 3 of us here, right? So the more you start focusing on the people that love you and appreciate you, the more you start meeting those people, and the less you start ever seeing those people that's feathers are ruffled, because they are repelled from you now because you're not even focused on that.
I totally understand you, but the way that my things is working out for me right now, I got homeless people getting mad at me walking around happy around them. So it's very apparent in my face. So now it's like, oh shit, I'm starting to recognize it. So it's probably been going on for a while, but it'll fade off. I'm not looking to be famous or a superstar. This podcast is strictly for my benefit only. Y'all are just guests. I don't get paid for it. I'm not famous from it. Ain't nothing like that happening. I'm just saying, like, I'm just starting to realize now how more like it's noticeable that me being around certain people in a certain situation makes things uncomfortable for those people who are not okay with where they're at, or who are working on, getting in a good headspace and getting grounded. That's it. But yeah, No
that
big deal.
could I like that could be unpacked in so many different ways, but I don't want to go there. However,
Unpack it.
I was gonna.
well,
Can I just go ahead, Mike? Go ahead.
What Skyy was saying is, I think what I hear him saying is, although people are going to feel a certain way about us,
right?
When we're ascending, sometimes whether it's a homeless person or it can be an affluent rich person, them being upset at us being happy, can essentially tear us down if we worry about it.
Gotcha.
Most times when
If
we're
we put
looking
too much attention to it.
Yeah. And most times when we put medicine on put peroxide on the cut, it oozes up with the foam because we have irritated it, right? So when you're happy, the people that's mad at you being happy, that's the irritation. If we acknowledge them, if we don't acknowledge them, because they're going to do it anyways. We keep going, of course, like Skyy says, stay the course at whatever you're doing, still be happy. And guess what? Those people that's being mad at you for being happy, they're just going to fall down. And now we're moving up to that next level that we're going to be blessed for. We're not looking to be blessed, but we know that these people are being mad at me for some reason because I'm happy. And we got to realize that every new level of life that we go to, it requires a different us. So now if we so much, Skyy is saying, if we so much concerned with those people that are being mad because we're happy.
I'm wasting energy and I'm holding myself down from extending. I got it.
There you go.
And then just to add on to that too.
Good job, Skyy. Thank you, sir.
I appreciate you, King, for real. Thank you for acknowledging that, being able to articulate
I
that.
don't appreciate y'all ganging up on me.
No, we're not.
I appreciate the lesson. No, I need to hear
information. We help each other.
I wanted to hear it. I needed to hear it. It wasn't a gang up. I was joking. Take that back. X-Nay. Roselle, delete that from the video.
We acknowledging the fact that
Did you freeze?
Yeah, he froze.
Oh, did I freeze?
Yeah, we missed whatever you were saying. When you got to the point, you froze. I was like, ain't this a bitch? A commercial?
Yeah. Nah, I was just saying that.
I don't even got commercials.
The only reason why we can acknowledge that is because we've been through it and realizing that staying away from that is the only way to get to where we really want to go. And that the little small things have the biggest impact on your life.
And they do.
What he was just saying about, like you said, focusing on the small things that literally will never matter, don't matter in the bigger picture, never matter to begin with, but you put so much focus on it that it seems like it's a bigger deal than it ever was or ever has to be. And then don't realize by thinking about that, it impinges on how you interact with other people.
Okay, but wait.
What's up?
But wait, I'm not putting so much focus on it. It was one thing that
we're not talking about you.
Okay.
We're not talking about you.
I understand me bringing it up as me giving it energy.
Let
me talk, Skyy. I understand what the hell y'all saying and shit. Okay? Feel me. I get it. I was just mentioning one simple thing. But I understand the bigger point that y'all were making. Actually, yes, I do understand if I'm focusing on the little things, but I don't focus on the little things. Like I give the attention for the second to recognize it only because I'm just becoming more aware of my own self. You know what I'm saying? And
so that's it.
Things.
That's it. That's it. You just gave your answer right there.
Yeah.
So that's what all of us are saying. So the way that I will communicate that, everybody has an emotional guidance system.
Right?
The fact that you can pick up that people are mad when you're happy, that's part of your emotional guidance system. And you have to know how to infuse that in yourself such that you can still keep going in whatever endeavors that you're trying to do in life.
And not disrupt me.
Right. Or let it even be acknowledgeable to you, because the moment you acknowledge it, you give it power, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
So stop acknowledging it.
But you know what? If I wasn't vibrating on that frequency, I wouldn't have acknowledged it at all anyways. So
you're going to acknowledge it because you're leveling up and it's just part of the world. We know that the world is a mess, right? So what it comes down to is just realizing that, okay, I can't do anything about them. I can't do anything about that. I can't do anything about what this is going on right now. But what I can do something about is making me the better me, like he was just talking about, the next level. So therefore I can attract the level of life that I'm looking to have. But if I'm always acknowledging these small little things,
I'm always gonna be looking at what the little ass people down there doing. And I don't got no concern with that.
They're pulling you, they're little pulls away from the pathway that he's talking about, that circular laser focus. And the more you embrace into that, the more any of that acknowledgement will literally just be like, it'll make you almost sick. Because you can't get an energy to that, because you're just so focused in on making it happen for what you want to happen, that just doesn't even occur at that point, is what we're saying. That's all.
My brother. Okay. Well, this is what I get for trying to have a podcast with all men, all black men at that. I didn't got no backup in here.
It ain't got nothing to do with men.
I promise you. Y'all got nothing to do with having backup.
I don't need no backup. I need to have this conversation with y'all. Like, this is nutritional for me, for everybody who will watch, who's watching, whatever. It don't matter. I'm gaining. So
trying to add to you anything that I'm a part of or that I participate in. I'm always trying to add to it. I'm not trying to take away from the situation. I don't gain nothing taking away from the situation. I get more value adding to the situation. So the fact that Skyy and I are adding to you, that's helping to sharp you up such that you can say, okay, I understand certain blind spots in my life. Let me go ahead on and correct those blind spots.
And you know what, Mike? On an even deeper level, I'm gonna pour that into somebody else.
Right.
Yes, Lord. It's only right.
Absolutely. Each one.
That's what we're missing in our community. As a black person, it don't matter whether I'm from New Orleans. It was my responsibility. God set it up like that for me to go to New Orleans, to San Diego, and be authentically who I am, such that, which is this, 15 years later, we're still connected. You know what I'm saying? Although
you made an impression on me, obviously.
Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? So if that was 15, 16, 17 years ago, and that impression that I made on you, and for us to come back full circle right now, for me to say something, I'm not about to say nothing that's not going to be impressionable or even impactful. Right. I'm lying to the situation if I don't do that. So I'm going to be impactful. That's who I am. That's my clock.
Right.
I like
and
that.
I would not expect you to be anything less. And if you gave me anything less, I would feel shorthanded on some real shit. Like, I didn't invite you here for anything to be sugar-coated. I invite people here to be authentically who they're going to be. Even if that means I got to shut the fuck up sometimes. Because sometimes I do. You know, everybody got to sit and listen 2 times. You get 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. But I just think it's important for people, or not for people, for us to have these kind of conversations a lot more often. Because it's stuff that we need to talk about. Nobody talks about. Everybody want to, mention something here and there, but nobody want to dive deep into conversations. Or let's take it a step further. Take action and start doing something to move stuff forward. Like, would you hold your weight? I know Skyy with your financial education stuff. I'm trying to figure out what mine is, but I'm working in there. I'm figuring it out.
Watch this. It's the thing that you do so easily.
Right.
Talk.
So hold on. Why you laughing? Just sit back and we mentioned it earlier. Prayer and meditation, right? You got to find out the two. I was taught that prayer is just talking, meditation is listening. So if you praying and say, okay, God, maximize my eloquation and my speaking, give me power of the tongue, mind and spirit, and then that's only 20 seconds, and then sit for the next 30 minutes and just listen to what your spirit and your body is telling you. You may get something, you may not, but the more you practice it, just like right now, we talking and walking. When we were young, we didn't come out talking, we didn't come out walking. We had to be put under a certain type of stress in order for us to get one word out. Dad, and mama was so hard for us because in our baby mind, we want to talk like the adults and the people that's around us. And then that one word came out. that. Everybody was like, oh, he said it, she said it. Oh, you took that one step by yourself once you got out that walker. Those are the things that we have to do in smaller areas of our life to constantly correct ourselves and make ourselves better.
Right.
Yeah, I agree.
So,
you know what? I
so
won't
that
even do
quiet
this
time,
podcast without those steps.
yeah. So that
My
quiet
family
time
told me I was crazy. What you gonna talk about? Ain't nothing to talk about.
They're supposed to tell you crazy because their mind is not your mind. You have to step back and figure out what your mind is telling you to do, and you go out and do it. But most times, because of the status quo of the world, we're so iffy and we're tentative and scared to do what it is that we hear in our mind, which is our meditation.
Damn. Sheesh. Hold on. Mic drop for a moment. Moment of silence for that, because that was real deep. So let's give 2 seconds of silence for that. Wow.
When you know better, you do better.
But hold on. What he's saying, though, just to clarify what he's saying with the meditation ideal, is that one of the things I've learned at our last convention was talking about how to stop listening so much to yourself until you talk to yourself, to listen to be able to talk to yourself nicely. Because the conditioning in our heads, straight from you talking about the status quo and just the negativity and the way of the world and just evil and shit like that, is that when you listen to yourself without conditioning yourself to talk to yourself nice, you're gonna listen to all the funky shit that's implanted in your head.
Oh, I be going bad on myself sometimes. But lately I've been like telling myself to shut the hell up. Like, look,
so the way
we
that
doing good.
The way that you stop yourself
You're doing great.
That's exactly it. That's the way you got to do that, but then back it up with actions to reinforce the fact of what you're saying to yourself. For example, that's one of the biggest reasons why I'm doing this fitness challenge, is because, first of all, I don't know nobody that's out here doing 1,000 push-ups a day. That's foreign to a lot of people. It's just ridiculously crazy, right? No, there's a few other people. I just don't know them. Just personally.
Just you.
But what I will say is that when you step yourself up, like Mike is saying, when you level yourself up, then it opens you up to so many opportunities from what other people see about you, but not just also that, but what you see for yourself. And when you start seeing for yourself more, and that's the most important thing, impress you before anybody else can be impressed. And people do it the backwards way. Everybody's trying to impress everybody else before they
I be feeling so much happier when I impress myself. Like, bitch,
so that's the whole thing is just be focused in on all about you, and realize that the more you are all about you and spread loving you is going to get other people to be like, you know what, yo, she's out here being consistent, or he's out here being consistent. He's out here always talking good to himself and telling, rapping about this, talking about that, and it's always positive. You know what? Maybe I should do the same thing, because if he could do it, I could do it. You know what I'm saying?
And that's all I want to do. I don't need you to tell me thank you or nothing. Just go do it for yourself.
Right. Going back to what he was talking about with the monkey see, monkey do, that is literally the cure.
That's what I want to be copied. Copy me being happy as fuck.
That's why, Mike, you're so important, because you're doing the opposite for these inner city kids. And then, like you said, being that buffer. And that's such an important deal, especially because of right now. Okay, you guys are older than me, but the older generation, not too much, maybe about 10 years.
10 years.
But the older generation, the older generations,
a whole decade.
That's not bad. But the older generation's experience of engaging with each other was obviously more engaging than what it is now.
Yeah. For sure. You're more hands-on, get to know you personally.
Well, we used to hang out. Like I said, even my generation, we used to hang out outside. We used to climb trees. We used to play manhunt. We used to sit at that little box. That does not exist anymore in kids' worlds. Like that's like a fever dream. Right. That's like a nostalgic fever dream for a lot of people that see a lot of media. You know what I mean? So for them, and it's going to continue to get even worse with this whole embracement of artificial intelligence and just being online all
It's
the
just
time.
creating more separation and divide. And it's just like I can't see how people are not seeing how this program is building. Like this, they really going for the last fucking resorts right now. Like we got to create something to just keep them disconnected because they just don't want people to connect and actually figure out what we are, who we are, what we are here for, what our purpose is, and how much power we actually have together. Instead of separated,
But
like I'm
the
all
thing about the
about
separation, I don't mean to interrupt, but the thing about the separation is that they're connecting us even deeper. We are the ones disconnecting. Because you got to realize right now, we legitimately are literally in a space right now where it's the easiest time to make money. If you got 4-year-olds making money off of playing with toys off of YouTube, then you know the whole world has changed, right? And then now you literally can make songs with somebody from all the way over in a different country immediately. So the opportunities is crazy right now. The problem is, again, self-reflectiveness. People are focused in on the wrong shit. Focusing on porn, focusing on fighting videos, focusing on
that's
celebrities.
the thing. Like you can say that we have all these opportunities, but they also put all these other things in place and distractions in place to keep you not focused on those things too. So you have to have your own intention.
But that's where the discernment comes in on the individual, where they have to decide what they want.
That's what I'm saying. You got to have your own will to go out here and figure out what this shit's about and find yourself. A lot of people don't want to know themselves.
They do, but they don't know how to go about it because, as you were just saying, there's so many, like right now, while there's so many ways to make money, it's one of the most overwhelming times because there's so many ways to make money, so many opportunities, right? So a lot of people haven't been able to follow the right or copy the right cat. They're always following and copying the wrong ones. And that's, like you said, been on purpose. But at the end of the day, the only thing you can do in order to change that is to live, like you said, in your own light, because what that'll do is open up all these avenues and opportunities for other people to connect to you and then be able to pay it forward. Like I said, the monkey see, monkey do idea.
Right.
You know, so it really comes
You
down
know
to
what?
us.
I agree with Skyy 100%, man.
What the hell? You're here?
Yeah, man. They've been saying it, man. I keep telling people, like, you know, you can't go after the you know, everybody wants to do this and try to follow what everybody else do instead of doing what they need to do. And a lot of people don't do that. I do what Roselle needs to do. If I feel I want to do something, I do it.
Right.
Yeah,
it's worked for me. It's always worked for me. So
right now.
And I try to do the same thing with other people. I tell people the same thing. You know, if you can't deal with this person or this person ain't right with you, cut them out, leave them alone. You know what I'm saying? Stop dealing with them. Worry about yourself, and you'll be good. And you know, this, like you said, this new generation of people and how the stuff is going on. A lot of people want to follow other people. They want to do stuff. They want to try to do stuff as easy as possible.
Yeah.
Right.
And they don't want to, like you said, they don't want to walk.
They just want to take somebody else's idea.
Right.
Take somebody else's idea and then add a little icing on it. No, come authentic. Be you. Be different. Be weird. People call me weird all the fucking time. I used to get offended when I tried to fit in. And then I moved into neighborhoods where I hear sirens at 9 o'clock every night. And they a little late tonight, but I just realized, like, hey, I know I'm not for everybody. And it is what it is. But the people who are supposed to be in your life will be in your life, regardless. And I think that's something that I can go back to what Mike was saying. Like, this is 20 years plus. Like, and it wasn't like me and him was besties of friends in college. It was just a connection that was a real one. And it held strong. And that's why we can still pick it up today. And it's like, hey, it ain't nothing ever changed. We just older. Maybe a little bit more calmer, but you know, we all growing.
Yeah, I know I'm a lot more calm. I was wild.
Yeah, I'm not gonna talk about your personal business online.
Yeah. Man, I was a nigga from New Orleans.
I said he was San Diego football player. That should be enough evidence for y'all right there. But no, Mike, you was always a good guy to me. Like, you never was disrespectful. You never was any type of way like that to me. Anything we ever had was all good. It was all brother sister shit. So that's why I felt like it was cool for me to reach out to you to come on the podcast. And then with Skyy, I was just having this conversation with him. I was like, I don't even know how we first met, but I think it was through some music shit. And he was like, yeah, I think it's through some people that we knew that was doing music. So it's just funny how life lines you up with the people you need to have in your life at certain times. You know what I mean? So I just respect it. And I appreciate both of y'all for coming on, because I know I'm 2-3 hours ahead of both of y'all time zone. And I mean, I think that you dropped some real good gems here. If people miss it, they miss it. Like, free game is free game. You got to pick it up while it's free. Next time they may have to pay for it. So if y'all want to drop where people can find you, or y'all got any last words you want to get out there, any messages you want to say to the people? I mean, no, this is the internet. It will be on here forever because I'm not deleting it.
Shit, man, they can just find me at Mr. Hold Your Weight on Instagram. I talk my shit over there. Like I say, I mean, I ain't know the true energy to your podcast. I ain't want to come on this bitch wilding, but like, yeah, I'm that same nigga you met in
Other people
2001.
have.
Yeah, I mean, but that's them. You know what I'm saying? Every once we just thought that was part of our whole little conversation. Everybody
You are
the same,
individual. You have to be you, Mike.
I got an image to uphold, and my image do too. So at the same time, I had to know what space I was going into. So, but at the same time, I'm still gonna be me. That's off top.
I just don't want you to feel like you ever have to come here and hold back on being you. You can be your authentic self. We accept you for who you are. We don't judge.
That. But yeah, you can find me on Mr. Hold Your Weight on Instagram, and on Facebook. It's just my name, Michael Franklin. Oh, and you could go to my website too, MrHoldYourWeight.com.
Mr. Hold Your Weight.
Buy some of this good old merch. You heard me, so y'all can hold y'all weight.
Okay, I am looking for some new hoodies.
Believe that.
I love it. So for me, I'm looking over for you on Facebook right now.
Who? Hold Your Weight or me?
I definitely found you on Instagram, but you guys can follow. You guys can follow me at Royally Tenacious on Instagram. So Royally and Tenacious, and then for Instagram, for Facebook and all my other platforms, whether it be my music, Skyy with 2 Y's, Royal, and for a lot of the things in general with massage therapy and what I do with tenacity within the financial realm, Royal King Touch. So,
Royal King Touch. I'm gonna try to go back and put everybody's links in the description or comments within the next couple days. I'm not making any promises. I'm a human being.
It's all love for me. I ain't tripping.
You can find me on Instagram at KnowBetter.DoBetter. You can also find me on Facebook on TL Dub. I don't know a lot of people in there, but if you saw it, you might get in. Roselle, where can the people find you? DJ
on Instagram, Raw 60 million, and Roselle Joyner on Facebook.
Rob 60
and
million.
there it is. I want to definitely thank everybody for coming through. Y'all, the energy you brought, I couldn't have planned it. It definitely was free flowing. Skyy, one thing I forgot is that I want to get to play some of your music on the show.
I got you, Skyy.
Oh, wait. Are you working?
No, not his music. No, I'm talking about he just sent me a.
Oh, okay.
I got him on
you
Facebook.
Working ahead of me? I almost got excited. You almost got a paycheck next paycheck. See what happened? Next paycheck, maybe next paycheck. But definitely, Scott, next time you come through, we're going to have your music ready. Because he got some dope flows. I've shared a couple things on my Facebook, but it definitely deserves some show attention. So next time, we got plenty to talk about. Mike, you always welcome. You got some stuff you want to come plug on here so we can let the people know, please let me know. And anything I could be a part of. I know I'm far away as hell, but I still want to be a part of the community.
All right, I'll let you know.
And I need to go to New Orleans. I need a reason. Give me a reason.
Shit, there's New Orleans. There's always something going on. You got fucking Jazz Fest, Essence Fest, First Quarter Fest, fuck, Bayou Classic. What? I mean, shit.
Okay, look at you naming them off. I see you dancing and marching every week, so I know it's always something there.
You fucking right. That's why I came back home so I can motherfucking
You was missing that
indulge in my
party.
culture. I wasn't really missing
They
that.
don't be doing that shit in San Diego.
Nah, they don't. But yeah, that's why I came back home.
And hey, Mike
Whoa.
and Skyy, y'all need to link up. Y'all
I just
closer
found
to
that
each other
boy.
than we are, so I'm sure y'all can,
Where you
feed
at,
off
Skyy?
each other. Make that happen.
Mike,
All right.
Skyy, what part of the
Skyy
country you in? Where you at?
He East
I
Coast,
am
right?
in Maryland. I'm outside of Baltimore.
Oh, you're in Maryland. All right.
Yeah, I'm outside of Baltimore.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So,
I fucking
but I'm gonna make sure we both connect. Roselle, Michael, I want to make sure we all be able to build something together. I really love both your energies. I think you guys are extremely powerful men, not just Black men, but just beings in general. And it's an honor, privilege, and a pleasure to be able to connect to people like that. So it's just awesome.
Same here, man.
Right on, man. Same here, definitely.
Always good energy, y'all. All right. I'm gonna let all of y'all go. Be grown, be strong, Black men. Make us proud.
Man, hold your weight, man. Not sometimes, but all the time, man. That's
all
the flow,
the time.
You heard me?
All
hold your weight.
the time.
Not sometimes, but all the time. You heard me?
All the time. I like
all the time.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
Have a good night, everybody.
Alrighty, King.
Thank you.